Surtr is a primal fire deity from Norse mythology who is associated with the fiery realm of Muspelheim. He is described as a world destroyer, playing a major role in Ragnarök. During the events of Ragnarök, Surtr is described as carrying his flaming sword into battle against the Æsir, who are a group of gods in the Norse pantheon, which include Odin and Thor. As the Æsir are defeated by various antagonistic forces, it is said Surtr's flames will engulf the earth, destroying everything in order for the earth to be reborn with a renewed fertility and subsequent life. The 13th century text, the Prose Edda, written or compiled by Snorri Sturluson, tells us about Surtr in the world creation story. Quote, "It was many ages before the earth was shaped that the mist world was made. And midpost within it lies the well that is called Vergelmir, from which springs forth many rivers. Yet first was the world in the southern region, which was called Muspel. It is light and hot. That region is glowing and burning and impassable to such as are outlanders and have not their holdings there. He who sits there at the land's end to defend the land is called Surtr. He brandishes a flaming sword, and at the end of the world he shall go forth and harry, and overcome all the gods and burn all the world with fire." End quote. According to the Cleesby Vigfusson Norse dictionary, Surtr means the black, and he is described as belonging to a group of beings known as the Jotnar, which has been problematically translated into modern English as giant. Professor John Lindau, a well-known authority on Old Norse religion and literature, explains their true nature in the following words. Quote, "Although the group that creates and orders the cosmos is often referred to by words that can be translated as gods, the principal word, Æsir, the other group, the ones who aim for the destruction of the cosmos and the disruption of order, are certainly not giant in the sense that they are demonstrably larger than the gods. They are usually called Jotnar, and again, as the term is used in the mythology, it feels more like a tribal or king group than anything else." End quote. In the 10th century text, the Voluspa, which roughly translates to the prophecy of the Volva or prophetess, Surtr is described as faring from the south, bringing with him the scourge of branches, from which we could infer the meaning of fire. The paragraph goes on, describing Surtr as wielding a sword as the dead throng the path to hell. Quote, "Surtr fares from the south with the scourge of branches. The sun of the battle gods shone from his sword. The crags are sundered. The giant women sink. The dead throng hellway. And heaven is cloven." End quote. It's also worth pointing out that the Cleesby and Vigfusson describe the meaning of Volva as a prophetess, sibyl, or wise woman. And when writing about the etymology of the word, they discuss the possibility of a connection to the Greek word sibula, or sibyl, which they speculate could have been a Scythian word in origin due to its omission in the works of Homer. The entry also discusses the beginning of the Voluspa, commenting on how the beginning of the text is conceived from the inspired song of the Volva, who is addressing Odin from her high seat. It then goes on to describe the latter half of the Voluspa as a form of necromancy or the raising of a dead Volva. Parallels can certainly be drawn between the practices of the Volva and the Sibyls of the Mediterranean, which is probably why the word Volva is sometimes even translated as Sibyl. We will look at this in more detail later.